We're rolling.
What's your name?
My name's Eugene. Just Eugene. I'm not going to give you my last name.
Why don't you want to give me your last name?
Because if the UPA and the ISC, if they find out who I am or where I am, they're going to kill me and they're going to kill my whole family after what I saw.
Well, what do you want to talk about then?
I want to talk to you about what my boy Mark and I saw just a little while ago while we was out hunting.
Why were you out hunting at night?
Well, ever since the fighting started, food's been hard to come by, and if you want to get deer, and you want to get them quick, and you want to eat, then you go out at night. You spotlight.
Well, why don't you tell us what you saw?
My boy and I, we was out hunting over by the railroad tracks. We were just going through the woods, and we heard the most awful sound you can imagine. Horrible screeching noise, trees moving, shaking, cracking, an explosion. I'm a hunting man. I know explosions sound like shooting. It was the worst I've ever heard. So we heard it, and we started moving over there because we knew if it's by the railroad tracks and that god-awful noise is going to be a railroad crash. So we head on over, and sure as all you could see it coming up. Flames 20 feet high at least. Wreckage everywhere. Trees destroyed. It was just awful. So I told my boy Mark, we got to help these people, and we started moving over. Just as we was coming up, maybe stared for a little bit, but started moving, we hear some kind of a vehicle coming up. Sounded like a couple, and I thought it must be an ambulance. You could have heard the ruckus miles away, but no sirens. That made me feel uncomfortable, but I knew I had to get to those people. So I ran off, and sure as all get out as I'm coming up, it ain't an ambulance. It's a UPA truck. Couple of them. Troop trucks, you know, the big ones. You see them driving around all over with soldiers in the back. So as soon as I seen that, I also noticed they had gas masks on. They come getting out of the trucks. I just jumped in the bushes right away. Right away, I knew something was wrong. Knew it. As soon as I saw that, they started fanning out, and I started running through the bushes back toward where I left my boy. And I noticed a smell, just an awful smell, sweet, sickly. I started nauseous, and the next thing I know, I'm throwing up. Head splitting, can barely walk, just trying to get to my boy. And I knew it. There was something on that train. So I find him. He's even worse off than I was. He's puking all over himself. Say, can't see, Daddy, I can't see. Can't see. It was awful. So I grabbed him, and I knew we had to get out of there. If they had gas masks on, they'd known the whole time. They knew what was on that. They knew there's chemicals. So I grabbed him and headed off back to the woods to my truck. Drove straight away to a friend of ours. He was a doctor. I didn't want him going to the hospital. They'd know. They'd know why he was that sick. Kill him. So I dropped my boy off, and then I just had to think to myself, if they're taking this right through our backyards, our very backyards, what else is out there? What else are they doing? What else are they taking on the streets, on the trains? Who knows? So I just sat and thought to myself, I needed to let people know. They have to know. They have to know what's going on. And I wasn't a political man before any of this. I didn't know if I was for the resistance or against it, but now I know exactly where I stand. Viva la Pineland, and long live the resistance.